Hello everybody, welcome back to Lil Euphie's Creative Corner. My name is Lil Euphie and this is my creative corner of the internet. Welcome back. Hope everybody has been having a lovely Friday evening. Today I'm going to be working on a PNGTuber model. I'm going to be experimenting with making these. So this one is of my character here. If I can move this canvas over so y'all can see this. This is ViVi0n, my original character that I use for like experimental outfits or makeup designs or PNGTuber models. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on today. Hope that y'all will join me in that. I was working on this earlier, as you can tell. Show you guys the sketch before moving on to grabbing the colors and then filling those in with the flats. I think I'm gonna recolor the lines. I think it gives it like a softer look to it. But yeah, let me show you the sketch beforehand. I have to do these pieces in layers. I was watching a tutorial video on it. So this here, she doesn't have a mouth obviously, but imagine that there is one. So yes, this is the sketched part of it, and then turn that back down. The torso and the back of the hair. Again, all of these are going to be colored in piece by piece, layer by layer, so that they float evenly above the model, I guess is what that is. I downloaded PNGTuber Plus. It's free on Steam, so I was like, okay, I'll get that. That's nice. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Yeah, behind the scenes. So right now I am just grabbing the colors from my reference here. That's behind my webcam. And then I'm going to try my hand at, when all of this artwork is done, I'm going to try my hand at I guess rigging it. I guess that's what it's called. And seeing how well this art works with that, and then I'll be able to offer it as like a commission, or make one for Wolf, or make others of other characters. I guess that'd be really cool. So right now, and I'm still learning how to format this, so bear with me. It takes a little longer than my usual process, because I don't have a process for this right now. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. So hope that you enjoy watching this. If you have a creative project that you are working on alongside me, feel free to whip it on out and work on that project while I work on mine. So let's see. Beginning parts of it, I would like to just do the forearms and the hands here, because this is my topmost one, I guess. I don't know. This is just what I see more of. So the left arm. Do I have? Okay, no, that's just the PNG of it. It's like, is that the layered one, or? Turn this down just a hair. I was working on the Halloween-esque ending screen earlier in the week, so I still have that file unflattened, so I gotta make sure. I gotta remember to keep them separated. So this left arm here, before I flatten it so that it's just the left arm. I'm also going to duplicate it in its separate form. That's what the tutorial video said to do. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I also wrote out a whole like note thing for the tutorial. So it's in written format. I can just pull it up whenever if I forget. But to keep a duplicated, separated version of the line work and the flat color, and then merging the two so that it's just the left forearm. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna steal this color. See how it works with the arm. Lock that opacity. It could be just a little bit lighter. Okay. I go over to. Actually, I'm gonna make this a folder. Duplicate that. Okay, so I have a folder which is the layered version of it, and then I have just the flat version of it. So if I wanted just flat colors, I would do that, but I do not. I want to add just a little bit of shadow to it, so I'm not going to flatten them just quite yet. Okay, so the right hand. In the tutorial, it also said to overdraw it a little bit to avoid having gaps in there. Now, this is just the line work of it. So to save myself some grief and some time, I'm gonna recolor these. Recolor this here. While I've still got the line work separated in the layers. Okay, gonna add the colors for the hand. Hello, K-Man. Welcome on in. Hi, Love Pucks. Welcome in. Devel, welcome on in. I am doing all right, Love Pucks. Thanks for asking. Working on some experimental features for future endeavors. I'm sensing a raid. I'm wondering if there's a wolf raid going on right now. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back and trying out new things. I'm gonna grab a somewhat gray tone here. I'm working on a PNGTuber. So like a VTuber, but it's like more simplified, I guess. I don't know, is how I think I would describe it. One of my old high school friends asked me if I could make one for him. And Wolf had mentioned doing stuff with his avatar. So I figured, okay, well, why not? Ah, I figured came in. I was like, why do I get the feeling that that's what's happening? Hello, Lays and Blaze. Welcome on in. Super. Oh, thank you very, very much. Hope that you have a good rest of your night. We had really good chocolate chip cookies from the wedding. So I can understand. Okay, so there's the right hand. And work. And heck yeah. Hello? Oh my goodness. Thank you. I've been brought a drink. Yep. There we go. Yep. Thank you, Wolf. I think this is the Riesling. I think that's what we got earlier. Batch. Oh, double batch. Nice. That sounds really, really good. You enjoy Lays and Blaze. Don't eat too many all at once. Does he have a cold brew? I think we have. I don't know. I don't think we have any in the fridge, but he does like to get that from Dutch Bros and Starbucks. But Dutch Bros is always better than Starbucks. Trying to refocus, like sudden wine. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I have that same problem. That's why, like, I never have any left over, you know, for tomorrow or the next day. So it's always good to get like extra dough. But one cannot help oneself, so when the cookies are involved. Bracelets. Let's see. She's got this thing. The paracord bracelet. It's gray. It's like the same color as the pen. A little bit lighter though, I think. Make all of these into folders, I suppose. Hello, Scumdog. I figured. What? What? Really? How dare he? See, I'm gonna make this just a little bit darker. Right now I am just recoloring the lines. Whoops, I did not lock the opacity. In the example video that I watched for making the PNGTubers, they their art style, they just had black lines for all of the line work. And I just think I think recoloring the lines makes it look softer and a little bit fluffier. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, it looks softer, easier on the eyes. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing this piece by piece, like it's like a paper doll. So I have to do this layer by layer. So I am learning this while also streaming. So thank you all for joining me in this process. I'm gonna be on, hoping until midnight. with the wine here, and then before the show, I also made myself and Wolf doesn't know this, but I made myself a cup of hot chocolate. A cup of hot chocolate. It's already hitting me. Cup of hot chocolate with some Baileys in it. So this is going to be an interesting night, as I'm already fumbling on my words. But I enjoy drawing and learning and having a tasty drink. So okay, so with the colors coming into play here in the stacked layers that they are, it's looking a little better. Okay. I don't like right here. And this is what I had wondered about when I was first drawing this. In the overlap, because when this is put together and stacked correctly inside of PNGTuber Plus, my goodness, I gotta slow down. This hand that's holding this pen will float and bounce around separately from this arm, as well as the arm separately from the rest of the torso and the arm. So it'll look like she's drawing behind a tablet, just like I am right now. So I have to make this look an overlap so it doesn't look a little strange. But again, I'm also experimenting and learning. This is my first time doing this as the PNGTuber format. I feel like it needs to be. It does. It needs to be pushed out more. It's not perfect, but I gotta move on from it. Like, I have to tell myself that sometimes. Like, it's not perfect, but I have to move on from it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get stuck on it for hours. Maybe not hours, but definitely way too long than it needs to be. And this needs to be extended here. So that when it rotates, it's not cut off. There's no gaps. Trying to extend it a little bit more. Welcome on in, Sun Honey. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the posting of the commands for the links. It reminds me to update my gallery whenever I've got new stuff. Okay, so right hand, it's good to go. I'm gonna combine the right arm and the bracelet because I'm still learning how to do all of this stuff, so I don't want to like overcomplicate it. I just know I'm gonna end up being like that. Okay, so I think the forearms are done. Okay, over the face. Over the face is going to be things like the bangs here. If she was wearing any glasses or goggles, like a hat or something, this is where these would be placed inside of the groupings. Hello, Troy. Welcome on in. Again, I hope everybody's Friday evening has been treating them well. I'm gonna grab the hair color. It's hair colors. So, this girl has got some ombre here. Bangs one. Bangs two. I realized that I mislabeled these. Okay. Bangs one is going to be the side piece here. So when I go to color these, because of how I have them layered and organized, they cover up that line work. From the groups underneath. So just starting out and only experimenting with this stuff. Hello, beer guy, welcome on in. I don't want to overcomplicate it by trying to do too much all at once, so. There's been many a time where I tried to do too much and it became a big ol' mess. There's way too many layers. Things were not organized, and it honestly just confused my brain. I couldn't really tell where like the light source was coming from, and it happens when things just get too complex and complicated. Well, thank you, beer guy. I felt very much like a princess. Or I guess like a queen. Very elegant. So many times in my life that I can remember getting all dolled up and dressed up like that. So we're still waiting for more pictures, and we've still got the editing of the live stream to do. We have a lot of projects. I'm trying to like juggle them all time wise, as well as like doing work and the honeymoon stuff. So this actually doing the PNGTuber stuff was on the docket for getting projects done, because I had been asked about this like a month or two ago, I think. So yeah, just tackling things one by one, baby steps towards each of them. So try not to do too much all at once, like with this. So I see my Apple Pencil connected to just Apple Pencil connected to my iPad. You were oh, okay. Is there oh, okay. So does Apple have like their own like art stuff for like Apple like drawing tablets? So that's cool. If that's how I'm reading it. They have like a specific pencil, Apple Pencil for the iPad. Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're talking about now. So, but yeah, I know like that. Those kind of programs, they work very much in the same way of like all the different layers. Once you understand like the icons and what they mean for art applications, it's fairly easily translated across all the different apps. So like with Clip Studio Paint, you can move all of these things, like where the layers are at, you can move it to the right hand, or I guess this is the right hand side. You can move it to the left, you can move it upwards, downwards, wherever you want. Like all of these canvases in front of me, the three of them, I can move them wherever. There's a little like red thing that pops up around each of the windows, so I can move them however I want. But like the eye symbols for visibility, folders, new layers, the effects on each of the layers, it's like I've mentioned before how it can get kind of overwhelming, the different tools, the possibilities. So starting simple, with just like pencil and like an ink layer, so is probably the best. That's how I start my stuff. So I don't try to go like over complicated, or like color blocks. Color blocks are good to start with. Just playing around with like the silhouettes. And apps. I just got light bulbs I can control and change. Oh yeah, I had those in my old bedroom. Oh my gosh. There is definitely a mood change. Like when I had it set to and it wasn't for like all of my bedroom lights. It was like an accent light, as well as a lava lamp. I have two of them in the background here. I still have to plug them in, but the mood does change with the lighting. And when I had them change to like a lavender color, or like a warm orange or yellow. Hello, Vucky. Welcome on in. It's just more calming. So there's something to be said about, you know, the smells, the sights, the sounds. It all goes into it, you know, and how you're feeling. So that does remind me to to plug in my lava lamps at some point. At some point I'll get around to it. Okay, so I am gonna lock the opacity for that. Let's go over here to grab a color. Let's see how this one works. I need a little darker, a little more saturated. I think that'll be fine. There's also a lot of tutorials out there that are there to save you time, to save you energy, and a lot of hassle too. Just like how a lot of the stuff that I'm learning from YouTube tutorials on making this PNGTuber, I would not have access to it if not for the people that make the tutorials. So that's what they're there for. So let's see. Let me shave off just a little bit of the base hair here, I think. And I'll end up finding out if I'm gonna regret that or not in the future. Playing around with the application. Torso. Not use those. Making sure that's accurate. Okay. Because my mic did change a little while ago. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the... Is this the same color here? I think I'll just grab it from right here. Do that. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna pretend that I don't see this overlap from this line work from like over a year ago. I don't see this. I don't see it. Oh my gosh, that makes me mad. It's so small. The error is so small, but yet my feelings are so large about it. Forgive and forget. That is just, I'm not gonna talk about it. Just gonna, yeah. I think that is the Riesling. I hope I'm right. It needs to be a little bit lighter than black. Okay, so I know that the torso needs to be completely flattened with the body. That's what the tutorial was also recommending, just to simplify things. So when I get to that, that's what I'll do. Shirt. That it's coming a little, because of the lighting, it has a little bit of a pinkish hue to it. But her outfit color palette is primarily gray. But would like to eventually add more color. It's another thing I haven't gotten around to because of the house projects and the traveling, and I'm looking forward to the honeymoon, but I'm also looking forward to life just slowing down and being a little more manageable. But all in due time. Again, I remind myself not to do too much all at once. Just to have some margin for error or like an accident or just being more fatigued than usual. Just things that happen, things that come up. That's where the shirt line stops. And we've got some overdrawing to do as well underneath these forearms. Because when the forearms are like floating or like just having like a slight sway or whatever they're gonna do, there isn't a gap that appears, and then the immersion is lost. I'll lock the opacity for this. Let's see. Make that just a little less pink. A little bit darker. There we go. Thinking about making a slight adjustment to her design. I know I shouldn't get sidetracked, but when my brain's like, try this. See what this looks like. Making this part, and this part is in line with the design in her chibi format. A little bit darker. I'm gonna try to put some stripes on the shirt. I think having the eye color and the hair color and the stripes, I think it ties it in. I don't know. I'm playing around with it, so. So I need to recolor these here. Okay. For the stripes, put the stabilizer on. cut that. Over here. Trying to figure out the curvature of this right now. I think it should be I think this stripe needs to be a little higher. I'm being particular. Okay, that gets cut out there. Okay, I'm gonna put this set of stripes on a different layer. Flip that around. Oh, no. I need to make these bigger. That's fine. Okay, and this little piece right here needs to be just a little bit wider. The reason I do this on a separate layer is for this exact reason. And the rotation of these stripes correct. So upon first glance, your brain immediately picks up on what doesn't look right. So I'm trying to get things to look correct as much as I can with a cute little chippy girl. A little bigger. brush there. Reshape this so it still follows that same direction. I think it goes differently actually when I look at it. Just rounding these off a little bit because they're looking a little angular. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just angular. This one looks weird to me though. While I'm adjusting it, I have another canvas open here, as you can see up top there. I just look at every little adjustment that I'm making, and before okaying it, continue to adjust until I don't see anything wrong with it at the moment. But again, there's always like a time when you just have to give it up. It's just like, enough is enough. Cannot be entirely perfect. But the mind's eye does pick up on stuff when you're first looking at it. Hello, love. Oh, sorry, my brain went into autofocus there. You have a wonderful rest of your night, love bugs. Thank you so much for stopping by over here, hanging out. Hope that you have a great rest of your Friday evening. I'll be back on tomorrow for I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Something artsy, something creative. But I'm glad that you chose to hang out over here for the night. But make sure that you rest well. And hope to see you again tomorrow for some more creative time. I do that at work every now and then. I'll go into like an auto mode. I say the wrong thing at the window. Oh, that was me yesterday. I was like, I need another cup of coffee. I cannot stop yawning. Good night, love bugs. Welcome on in, Christus. How are ya? Been experimenting with the PNGTuber artwork. Seeing how well I fare at it. Right now I'm trying to get these lines in for the stripes, so they don't look weird. Now they're looking a little funky. a PNGTuber artwork. It's like a VTuber. I don't know if you've heard of the VTubers. They're like the anime characters that also do like the streaming stuff instead of a real person, like how my webcam is on. It's like an interactive. Yeah, you know what a VTuber is. Okay, so I gotta over explain it. But yeah, it's like that, but it's more like simplified. So I think that's how I would describe it. But yeah, so one of my old high school friends hit me up asking for a PNGTuber model, and I said, like, well, I don't really have time for it right now because I'm currently driving to Alabama, but when I get back I will try my hand at it. And so yeah, that's what I'm trying right now. Let's do voiceovers and have an avatar. Exactly. Yep, exactly like that. So I'm using my my ViVi0n character for the experimental stuff, as I usually do with her. If there's like an outfit or like a hairstyle or something that I want to try out, I usually put it on her. Hello, window cleaner. Welcome on in. The app for the drawing that I'm doing, it's Clip Studio Paint. But for the app to make it all float together and interact together is going to be PNGTuber Plus. So to make it a little easier, and then there we go. I wrote it out for you, so it's a little easier to search for it. Now, I don't know anything about PNGTuber Plus beyond what I watched in the tutorial video that I'm not actually done watching. I still have 15 or so minutes left in it, but it begins with making the artwork. So and organizing it accordingly. So I have been watching this video and following along with the process of it. And they are also using Clip Studio Paint. So it helps when you're using the same program, so things at least look a little familiar. But like I said earlier, with art apps, once you've familiarized yourself with what the icons mean and where things are laid out, it's easy to navigate other applications. So especially when they're as versatile as Clip Studio, because then you can move things around however you want them, and it's very customized. So again, yeah, I'm on part 1 of learning PNGTuber Plus. So Right now I'm making the artwork for it. And when I'm done with this, I am gonna load it up into the to the program and try not to pull my hair out because sometimes it takes me a little while to get comfortable and figure out what I'm doing inside of a new art application, or I guess animation application. I guess it's animation in a way. Using Endless Art app. Oh, cool. What platform is that for? Is it like a mobile, like with like an iPad or a mobile tablet, or is it like computer, on the phone? Oh, iPad. Cool. I have seen some very, very intricate, impressive pieces done on the iPad with Procreate. This stripe is like weirding me out. I don't know why it was weirding me out so much. Okay, let's go over to trying to be as organized as possible with this. Okay, skin color. She's got her forearms here. I want to lighten up the line color for her forearms before I do this. I feel that coloring the line work softens things up a bit. Remember, these are all on separated layers. Ooh, should have thought about this before I did it. Now that's flattened, I gotta be careful. Take these stabilizer off. Let's do graffiti. Oh, cool. I mean, when it looks good, it looks really cool. I have tried using spray paint before. It is not a medium I am comfortable with by any means. Just like with oil paints, I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it, but like with a gradient, oh my gosh, with the text and the formatting of that text too. Like I already suck at doing bubble art, so like the bubble text, bubble words. Not my forte. So to do it with spray paint and also do like a gradient over it and then have like an outline around the text. My goodness. There were a couple of train cars that I saw when I was waiting for my train in Sacramento. The one that ended up getting canceled because of the battery fire. But there were a couple of cars that I saw that had really, really beautiful artwork on them. Like at that point, it's very much like, it's not just like tagging, whatever, but it's an art piece. So it's very cool to see sometimes. Okay, I'll go over to completely skipped over doing the eyes and the mouth and the head. swooping right over to the torso. I don't know why I did that. Do it right over to the edge. And again, overdrawing these pieces here. Because if her head moves a little bit and there's a gap, that is just going to look really strange. So if you think about these like they're paper dolls and you're layering them and just ever so slightly moving them, it's like that in a digital sense. The iPad does have some really cool art apps. I don't have an iPad myself, but I do have a Samsung tablet, and I had difficulty picking out an art app for that. So I ended up just getting the mobile version of Clip Studio Paint so I could easily transfer over my files between the computer here and my tablet. Hello, Jonathan Miller. Welcome on in. Oh yeah, it's, I mean, not just in like the canvas size, because the canvas sizes are massive at times, but also in popularity too. There's so many VTubers out there I can't keep track of. Yep, there's so many groups out there. I guess to the point that Wolf was telling me that Twitch has a specific group of VTubers that are allowed to stream on Twitch. I just think that's a bit funny. Like, there's only like an approved group, I guess, that is allowed to be on there. It just seems kind of silly to do that. I think it's just a little gatekeepy. I don't know why. I don't know why he would do that. I'm making the stripe just a little bit bigger because I felt like it. Let's see, neck. Let's change that line color. Head hair. Okay, so this is where I'm going to have the gradient come in. Flip that back around. And I thought I had it earlier. I did, but I didn't use it. It's gonna be, see, it's difficult to find the actual base color with the flat image. It's gonna be down here. Okay. Start. Take my stabilizer off. It's a little easier to draw in that way. Removing those layers, well, not removing them, just hiding them really, so I can see back here a little easier. Because all of this needs to be filled in. In case something ends up moving, that there are no gaps. everything behind here. I'll be applying the gradient once I've got this entirely filled in. To hide those bangs there. Okay, now lock that. Let's see, I am gonna actually try the gradient tool with this. So now all of those have the gradient applied to it. I'm gonna find the line color for this darker purple pink color here. What I need to have is a reference sheet for this character. I think it's silly I don't have. Oh, here, I know what to do for this. This, there. Okay. Put this in here. Making sure. Okay. There we go. Very slight change, but it again makes it softer on the eyes, I think. I think there should be actually like a desk or something here. I'm thinking it through in my head. Let's do... Oops. What in the world's going on here? Oh. It's on the wrong tool. I'm gonna hide those really fast just to make this a little easier to see. Here as well. So this is really just a face plate right now. Ear, I'm gonna color it as well. Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be too visible. We're going with that color. Okay, this needs to be cleaned up just a little bit. Base hair. The base hair is everything that is like on top of the head, but not behind the torso. So everything like that's on the scalp. So been on any recent streams, so it's all good. Welcome on in. The recent streams I've had are going to be from last weekend, where I was doing some spooky decorations on the ending screen. So if you stick around long enough to see the ending screen for this one, you will see the artwork from that. Okay, base hair. Grab the color from here. Thank you, Sun Honey. Indeed, if you enjoy seeing the artistic process or project being worked on, artwork in general, the atmosphere, whatever it is, if you feel inclined to like it, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, all that regular stuff. Turn the stabilizer on. It's a little easier for me to control. The ear. The reason why the ear is above that. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this so I can see this easier. Okay. It's like it is, but it isn't above the layer. It's just a little tricky. Okay, back over to the base hair. I've got that figured out. I don't really need to do too much over there simply because it's just for gap purposes. If the bangs are floating a little bit to the side, you don't want to see any gaps in the colors, as well as behind there. So like right here, I'm gonna take this base hair. There we go. And then making sure all is in line there. Okay, so we're gonna find this one, throw it there. And then I also need to continue it a little bit. Yes, I think I do. I'm gonna end up finding out what works and what doesn't when I put this into PNGTuber Plus. See if it looks good or if it doesn't. Part of me is also wondering, no, I was like, maybe I should put some like black fingernail polish on her fingers, but I don't want to overcomplicate it too much. I try not to do too much because I know thine self, and thine self is going to get overwhelmed. So let's see. Where are the eyebrows? Ah. Fine. Color. Okay. That layer is nothing. Just open. There's the irises. Let's do the eyebrows. What color do we have here for them? turn that stabilizer off. Otherwise it just slows me down. Which is, I mean, that's its function, but right now I'm not doing any line work. It's only when I'm doing line work that I turn that on, or I want like a really smooth curve. I think that needs to be a little darker. Okay, so eyebrows are good. Eyes open, mute. Ooh, I see. Okay. So for each of these expressions are going to be different. Okay, colors. Just need to lock both of those. Okay, this is why, again, it is so important to organize your layers. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. Grab the eye color from here. It's very slight off-white towards the more bluish purplish side of the color wheel. And I like to make each one of these layers inside of the eye a clipping layer. So I don't gotta keep fighting with the eraser. Moving up, we're gonna go to the iris color, which is very orange amber. Clip that. Make this a little bit brighter. Okay, there's the irises in. It's open. Lights. Use the pupil color for the line work color. So if I want to add a pupil inside, like something like that. I don't know. Looks funky. I might do something like that, but I would use a lighter color. Oh goodness, Chris. I should make a very devilish demonic character just for you. I'll put all of the symbols into it. I suppose she is a little occulty with the moon symbols. I had where they came from, the origin of the moon signs on her cheeks. I had an ink stamp from Ulta, from the makeup store, and And I used to do that on my cheeks for work. So it derives from that. An inverted crucifix. Oh my gosh. Where would I put that? Like on her chest or something? I'm getting ideas for a different character while you're putting those in. I had somewhere in my archives of my art stuff, I've got pieces where I'm like experimenting with different horn shapes and rotations too. Trying to get the perspective right, because once you start adding more things to the head and there's a consistent shape with it, like a horn, or like scales, or like ridges of some sort, there's some perspective, just like with like ears. You know, they're gonna move up or down, whether the creature or humanoid, whatever, is looking down or looking up. Things move. You know, our perspectives change that. So I do have a couple of designs where horns are involved. So that would be fitting. Let's see. Let's add in the skin color to her eyelashes. Actually, before I do that, all of these gradients, they should be on clipping groups, so I can easily duplicate them onto the next expression. I kind of want to change her iris color. The lines around it. Something a little lighter. There are some little light dots in there, completely white. Flip that back around. No, actually, that can be filled in. And thrown probably underneath her line work for the eyelashes. Bring another one in. I don't know if I'll use this one. I might just stick with this one. No, what? What? I'm confusion. I have characters that I could apply that to. I have my spooky characters. these are iris line. Excuse me while I'm organizing my layers here. Let's see. Eyelashes, lights, iris. Okay, that I did not use. Hello, neighbor guy. Welcome on in. Okay, eyes, eyebrows. Eyes open too. Okay, so those are colored. This is okay. Lashes. Put those in there. Yeah, we're just chilling. Making experimental artwork. Eyelashes. Oops. There we go. Gotta make sure I've got the right orange there. I'm trying not to get lost in my layers because it ends up being a lot over here. Let's open mute. Lights, things go underneath. Eyelashes. That's cool looking. sure that's the same. Why? Hold on a second. Let's go over to her nose. Okay, mouth closed. I feel like that needs to be kind of darker. Yes. Fine. Fine. You're gonna save one for when you're gonna smoke with me? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. That's significantly darker enough. Mouth open. Make a folder. I'm eventually gonna recolor these lines for her teeth. Gonna go in here and steal these colors. One of those guys from the Fifth Element. Oh, nice. Sounds fun. I always thought that the blue opera alien was her design's very interesting. She reminds me of a Twi'lek from Star Wars, which is what I wonder if they were going for. Have some like familiarity. It needs to be lighter. Not that lighter. It's like the Saris from a Mass Effect. You know, you're right, yes. I wonder if there was some inspiration grabbed from that. Yeah. So then which one came first then? Was it Mass Effect or was it Fifth Element? Because then we know which one took inspiration from the other. Maybe. not to say that all like blue creatures, you know, with blue creatures with like, you know, the long like head tendrils, you know, are all inspired by the same thing. So okay, gotcha. Yeah, see, so I think a lot of like a lot of sci-fi stuff pulls from similar elements. Just the rate at which I've seen it referenced, it gets my brain going about it. Mouse open, closed. These eyebrows don't need to be there because we are going to throw them in there. And the eyelashes. That on there. Okay, so I go to throw this into the program. I mean, nothing wrong with taking. Yeah, exactly. I think the what's that phrase? The greatest form of flattery is imitation. I think that's what that is. Imitation or inspiration. I can't remember. The wine is blurring my concentration on that aspect of it. Putting like all of my focus brain cells into the artwork. It's like, words, what? How does language work? Let's see. This kind of looks very, very interesting, I imagine, on in the program. Flattery, imitation. I gotcha. Okay. It's like it's one of the two. Okay, I am gonna go and put some shadows in here. I'm gonna try to keep it simple. Try to keep it light. Perhaps just using the airbrush. I'm gonna use a clipping layer above the group with it set to multiply. Forearms. This one is for the left arm. So it's hitting not just the color but also the line work as well. And my light source is coming from this direction. Shadows should be more over here. I'm going to change the opacity on this so it's not as harsh. As well as some erasing. I need to use a different brush for that though. Thank you, Lincoln. I'm really curious how this is going to end up looking inside of the program. This is my first time designing a PNGTuber, so maybe I won't change the opacity. I think I might keep it at 100 and just be very sparing with it. Okay, this is the right hand. So I don't really want to do that right there. Just at the areas that it's not going to be overlapping a bit. And a little bit of the stabilizer on. Need a little bit of a shadow in here. I don't know if it's gonna work though. Might need a different brush right here. Okay. I think I need it erased just a little bit more here. Darker. Okay, now for the arm. The arm, I can do a little bit of overlap there. Not too much right here on the arm. Otherwise it will look a little bizarre when it starts to move and there's some gaps there in the colors. Transition a little smoother. Then a little bit of an outline right here. So it's a video on how to do an oil painting. Take a picture of my phone. Video. Do you think video is important for info sharing? We're gonna just do voiceover photos. I think that for video it's more like visually stimulating, and would improve the duration of of watch time. But I can understand the stress of making a video of it, because the focus is in making the artwork and making the oil painting, and not the video part of it. Because I tried to also do video recording where my phone is right here, like video recording and also like painting at the same time, to make those like TikTok-esque, vertical, like this is how I do my drawing, whatever. And then it becomes the focus is on like the production value of the video and not the artwork itself. So if you have another person helping you make like the video parts of it, so you can focus on the artwork parts of it, I think that might make it better. But if you're only able to do pictures, making the voiceover very entertaining or informative, even in the video editing, in putting those pictures and the voiceover together, adding in text or like subtitles, or just something that keeps the eyes moving. It's that visual stimulation. So that's I think what people are looking for, is to be like entertained or informed, and have something to look at. Even in the tutorial video that I'm watching for PNGTuber Plus, there's subtitles, there's a speed paint going on, there's the example of the VTuber themselves moving, bouncing, floating around. So there's things to look at. So I think that's an important factor of it. Hello, AMC Kingdom. Welcome on in. Thanks for dropping by. Hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening. Saturday morning, it could be for some people. But thank you for dropping by anyway. Me too, Christus. The place that I work for, they very briefly, thank God, formatted their training videos to be like the TikTok videos, like with the voice, with the font style for the subtitles, vertical, like the portrait style. I just when I was watching those training videos, I gathered around a couple of my other coworkers, and we were just making fun of it. We were just making fun of it the whole entire time. We were like, what the heck are they doing? What are they doing? About money or anything, it's just wanted to make a template for anyone to follow so they can learn. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the tutorial videos, is that you know how to do this thing, you want to teach other people how to do it, and yeah, it's a very digestible format, and doing it in a video with a voiceover and having like something constant like subtitles. I would definitely recommend doing like subtitles, or like steps, writing out the steps of how to do an oil painting, and then having those placed along the timeline of the video. When you get to a certain step, step 2, step 5, whatever, pops up on the screen in a text format. I know it was very, there's so many like things that you could meme out of with work training videos. I saw recently the training video and training card for the Wendy's collab that they're doing with SpongeBob for the Krabby Patty. I was like, this is great. Why don't we have more of these out there? And like, I know you're breaking policy, but like, it's so funny. There's it's ridiculous sometimes. So I teach her about like to leave a step-by-step. But yeah, I mean, it's honorable. It's honorable because I had to remind myself of that feeling, because I've helped out with my mom's former workplace, where she was a children's ministry pastor for a church that she was helping out with, and no longer there, but some good memories. But I helped her out by teaching a small group of I'd say like 4th graders. No, they were younger than that. It was like 2nd or 3rd graders. Just how to draw a simple bunny rabbit. Or, you know, if you wanted to make the ears different, you know, it would be a cat or a dog. You know, it's like very simple creature based on simple shapes. You know, and a lot of them were able to make a creature of some sort. You know, some of them made them into cats, some made them into rabbits or dogs. But it's setting up like building blocks, you know, and building off of that and erasing certain parts until you have a whole piece there. So it's an honorable thing to bestow knowledge upon another person or another group, or, you know, whatever it may be. So I was in 4th grade. I was torturing, just setting them all on fire, dousing them in gasoline, and oh my goodness. I think the most memorable thing that I did in 4th grade was I was at school, and I guess I was sleep deprived, and my 4th grade teacher, we all had like a reading lesson or whatever, and we could pick out a book, and we were able to read wherever inside of the classroom. And inside of my 4th grade teacher's classroom, there was a bathtub with a bunch of pillows and a blanket in there, and it was very much like a cozy area to just, like, you know, read a book or take a nap or whatever. And I guess I was sleep deprived that day, and I fell asleep in there, and they all went to PE, and my teacher left me there. And so my teacher then called up my mom after PE was over, and they all came back. I woke up and everybody was gone. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I was just gonna go fall back asleep again. So oops, smacked my mic. So the teacher went and called my mom and was like, yeah, your daughter was sleeping in class and she missed PE. So yeah, I think that's the most memorable thing that happened in 4th grade for me. And then in 5th grade, I almost got into a fight with some girl, and I guess it set a precedent for the rest of the school era that I had all throughout, you know, like high school. So yes, they went to physical education. They all went to PE. They all went to the bathroom all at the same time. Oh my gosh. No, they went to, I don't know what they were doing that day. It was like the, oh gosh, what is that thing that everybody hates? The endurance test. The, where there's like a loud buzz sound. You gotta run to the other side of the gym and back before the buzzer goes. I can't remember what that thing's called. It's like blocked. The Cooper test? I think, yeah, that sounds right. My brain has blocked that out. The name of it. I remember it, but I hated that day. It'd be like so much. It's just, nope. Nope. Let's see. I completely lost my train of flow where I was at. It's my own damn fault. Where I keep smacking my mic, my goodness. I think that the wine and the combination of the hot chocolate with the Baileys is now in full effect. Okay, forearms over. I think I'm gonna say that the forearms are done. Cooper test, I think it's just nerves. You run laps for X amount of time. Okay, so it's not the Cooper. It's not the Cooper test. I need to look this up now because it's gonna end up bugging me. It's gonna bug me. Okay, it's a multi-stage pacer test. Or the 20-meter shuttle run test. So you run 20 meters and then turn around and then the buzzer goes again and you run for another 20 meters and the buzzer gets faster and faster. And it's... I hate the dang thing. A Kamala voter joke about this, but I'll refrain. Oh, yeah? I can only imagine. There's so many Kamala jokes. You're in the good old Cooper. Yeah, it sounds a little more strenuous and like the buzzer. It's just the buzzer is so freaking annoying. Yeah. Good times. Lovely times. In middle school, high school. I think it was primarily in middle school they were doing that. Okay, over the face. Bangs. I'm trying to use the same color for the shadows. At outer space paintings. I have done 2. I had to think about it. I've done 2. I did one that had like moon and stars in them with like some galaxies in the middle of it. I don't know where it is anymore. It was like over 10 years ago. And then the other one that I did was on a visor for one of my old workplaces. And I painted outer space all over it with stars, and inside of the they were like glass bubbles, but inside of it, of the little glass bubbles in it, were products from that workplace. So like a beverage and a little side snack and a main entry. So just kind of floating out there in outer space, with some planets in the background and like constellations on it. But yeah, I had 2 other visors that were themed differently, but the outer space one was my favorite. I always had to be the weird one on the shift that has the visor that's different from everybody else's. It's the art vein in me. It's strong. It follows me wherever I go. I don't think her bangs need a lot of shading to them, just a little bit. For a deep space painting with a small scale earth in the front, people and stuff and trees on it. I've never done it. Well, if you ever have like time or want to just I don't know, like start it, just because like it feels good to start something finally after conceptualizing it in your head. I don't know, it's just, you just gotta do it someday. I have so many projects from like the backyard and inside the closet space, organizing that mess. I finally got around to organizing a lot of the wedding stuff, just starting it and dedicating just a little bit at a time. It feels good. And then after you're actually like done with it, then it feels even better. But it's baby steps. Never expecting oneself to fully complete it all in one go. Organizing the 3-point drawing, having to paint it. It's a short. Yeah. The point perspectives, they're fun to start, and then it gets complicated. At least for me. Like the beginning parts of it and finding like the horizon line and the angle at which you're looking at it from is fun, and then it becomes, it's like a geometric mess is what mine end up looking like. It was one of the things about the art classes that I had in high school that like I couldn't get a grip on it, so it's always been a little intimidating for me. yeah When something looks off, it's like there's a reason why it looks off. Fix my mess of a hair. Earlier I just had it like thrown up because I just needed it out of my face. Okay, light's coming in from this direction. I gotta remind myself every now and then. I thought maybe that would have been a good idea, but I have since changed my mind. Do this bottom one first. I'm gonna try to block this off a little bit. I'm only spraying on this side. I think I need the stabilizer on. Okay, that worked well. Oh. I see something that needs to be colored there. It's not entirely necessary, it just looks better. Okay, let's do the eyes and mouths. Okay, this is going to include eyebrows. I don't think the eyebrows actually need to be shaded all that much. The eyes, though, definitely. I'm gonna change which mouth we have open. That needs to be evened out a little more. I need to try something out really fast. Just wondering. No. Okay. Continuing on how I was doing that. Thin this up a little more. I'm gonna try to add the slider. I'm gonna try to add the pupils in, but no promises. And make sure this is the same color. It is, okay. Had some doubts there for a second. Use a circle, the ellipse tool. It's gonna look a little funky. I think I'm just gonna draw them in. So with the ellipse tool, it looks a little, I don't know, something about it's like just, it just looks weird. That looks cute. I don't. There. Ooh, is it too late? I think it is. Okay. Part of me wants to move her nose a little bit. I don't know why. Trying to see what it would look like. Take this, apply it here. That's gonna look cool. Move that back and forth. Eyebrows don't need it. Eyelashes, these need to be closed. Line. Where did that go? I'm gonna try to take this layer and then move it here. Oh no, that looks strange. That is a strangeness. Okay, that needs to be cleaned up so much. Okay, that's better. Move that back. Let's be moved a little bit over. Down. Just checking. Make sure everything looks congruent. I think that's the right word for it. Sounds right. It moves like that. Okay. Go over here to the shades. I'm trying to be way too particular about the shadows for her teeth. They're just little triangles. Take this though. Right to this one. Actually, let's not do that. Just go there. Okay. Select that. That might look a little better. Okay. Place here. Ear, head. Okay. Yep, I'm still doing my art thing. I will say I moved my my tablet up a little bit, and I'm trying to have better posture. So my back's not hurting as much as it was last weekend. So that's a plus. That's an upside. Ear. Okay, let's play layer for that. Not too much shadows needed here. Actually, I'm not going to use the airbrush at all. Actually, wait, I will. Only for the inside of the ear. And then I'm going to erase everything on the outside of that. I could actually use... No. Thought about using the selection tool, but I don't think that would work for what I'm trying to accomplish. Don't think actually need that right there. provide the link. What do I do? There's a share button that's right next to the like and dislike buttons. There should be a link that pops up from there, or a share button on X. That might work. Thank you very much for wanting to share the stream on X. I do appreciate that. Oh, sweet. Okay. I was like, I don't know. No problemo. That needs to be closer to the face. A little darker, probably. I need to, her eyes closed. Whoops, wrong way. Thank you, Jonathan. It is coming together. This reminds me a little bit of like putting on eyeshadow or something. Oops. Just checking the eye placement, making sure it's all good. Trying to add a little bit more shadow there, but I don't think it'll translate. I think I am gonna change the color on the eyebrows for the lines. Just think it's really dark. They're just really dark. It's like one of the first things that my eyes looks at when I look at this. There. Okay, so these eyebrows, copy. Closed, copy. Copy. Okay. Mute. Colored. Okay, what else? Let's do torso. Okay, these are all colored. Behind the head hair. Let's start with that. Okay, stabilizer on. What? Oh, but I was using a different brush this whole time. It's like, why is this not starting correctly? I'm gonna try to make this a little smoother. The areas where the shade is being erased. I think I'm not gonna erase the highlight over here. Being a little indecisive. Trying to look at what looks good, what doesn't. I'll leave that there. Whew, let me save that since I don't think I've saved manually this whole time. Okay. I'm gonna finish the shading for her torso and then I'm gonna call it a stream. I still have the rest of the shirt, the neck, and if I decide to put some shadow on the choker, I'll do that as well. Other than that, I'm trying to keep it simple. Try to keep it cute and simple. I think if anything, I could make like the pupils maybe a little darker. try to add a little rim of a shadow right here. Make this a little dense. A little more dense. Okay. And a little extra there. Over to the choker. And I don't really think I'm gonna do much right here besides that. Maybe there. Okay, guys. Actually, before I do this, there's some other stuff I want to do here. Beforehand. Adding some color to her face, just a little bit. Okay, let me go over to the pupils. I do want to make them just a tad darker. And maybe even a gradient. Open. Okay, I think we're good now. Looking at it. Comparing it to the more rendered chibi. I decided to have her jacket off. And then I gave her some stripes as well on the shirt. I think I'm gonna call this piece good, at least for experimenting purposes. Because I do need to load this into PNGTuber Plus. I need to also look into continuing on this process. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here, guys, since I've finished my piece here for experimentation purposes. I'm gonna finish my drinks and get to learning about this. But I'll be back tomorrow, same time. I'm gonna try for 8 o'clock again. I think that was a good time to start. Even though I got spooked in the beginning of it, I was gonna start a little bit earlier, and then I had to calm down a bit. So chug. Okay, here, you know what? Because I think this is Riesling, and Riesling's one of my favorite flavors of wine. So I'll chug that, but not the hot chocolate Baileys. It's probably cold now, but it's whatever. It's still good, and I'm gonna drink it still. But I'll chug this because I know this is gonna go down easier. Because I over poured the Baileys in the hot chocolate. I was just like, we're going nuts tonight. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around for this process. There we go. It's empty. Oh, that was not a good transition for the music. No. It was not. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. There are too many ViVi0ns on my screen right now. There are too many. Let me get rid of that one. Alrighty, I am going to call it a stream for the night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will figure it out, though. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me plug in my links. If you want to see more of my artwork, be sure to check the link. That's going to pop up here in a little bit, I think. If you would like to follow me on the Twitter, that's where I post my work in progress pictures, as well as a thank you for joining me and announcements for the next stream, as well as the links on the link tree. I have a whole bunch on there. I can't remember all of the links that I have there, but if that interests you, be sure to click that. I'm going to be back again tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I think it's Pacific Daylight Time. Hope to see you all there. And until then, I will see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.